1984 when we were both alive.
That's right.
For a nightmare.
Getting into one of my favorites.
Street.
This is one of my favorites.
So your favorite icons have always been Freddy and Chucky, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Whereas mine have been Michael and Jason.
Yeah.
This is a cool episode.
It is kind of cool. What I like about A Nightmare on Elm Street as a franchise, there's more hits than misses. You know what I mean?
I'm going to have to take your word for that because I haven't seen a lot of Nightmare movies.
Well, basically...
I was never huge on Freddy.
Yeah.
Like, the whole in your dream thing, that was a little too much like, okay, I want to sleep tonight.
I got you.
You know, I close my eyes and think about Jason and Michael, so fall asleep. I close my eyes thinking about Freddy.
It's weird.
And
It's weird that you're like, I can fall asleep thinking about Michael just hanging out in my house. Yeah. I don't know where he is, but yeah.
Well, I'm sleeping. Yeah, stab me all you want when I'm sleeping. I'm
under the covers, bitch.
Yeah. Me sleeping is my safe zone. You don't go in there. Yeah, so Wes Craven. I honestly have not watched a lot of Wes Craven movies. Like, when I look at his list, I watch all the Screams. I love the Screams. I've only touched the first Nightmare. I haven't seen New Nightmare yet.
Wait, hold on. Haven't seen New Nightmare?
I've never seen New Nightmare.
Oof.
Yeah. Oof. And I know I have to because you brought that up last time we talked these horror movies.
Yeah.
But I got that 7-pack now.
Okay.
$30 with a ticket for it too.
In
Good
the
deal.
Original run.
I heard it's 1 and then 3, right? Because what's her name? Nancy comes back in the third. Like if you skip number 2.
Well,
I don't think I have it. I don't know.
Number 2 is. I don't think Wes Craven did number 2.
I don't think he did any besides this and New Nightmare.
Okay.
Yeah.
That might be why, because I don't think he didn't want to do the second one.
Yeah, he was like, I'm done. I told my tale.
The second one, there's two trains of thought where they feel like the second is part of canon, and there's others that say it's not part of canon.
Right.
The second one is actually kind of interesting because of the homosexual overtones.
Oh. Because
instead of a final girl, it's a final guy. And it kind of deals with Jason taking over this dude. Or not Jason, Freddy taking over this dude. But there's like an interesting kind of subplot where like you could actually kind of look at it like this is a kid wrestling with his homosexuality and hiding it type of thing. It's not a good follow-up. It's not bad by any means. But like, so, because I watched them all. Mm. So even watching the third one, Dream Warriors, it's really good. So it's like, part of me says like, you can take out the second one, or you can kind of leave it in, like it's up to you. But I feel like if you've never watched them all, then watch them all. Okay? And then you make your own decision, right?
My first introduction to Freddy was Freddy vs. Jason. Ooh. Oh, I love Freddy vs. Jason. But I love Jason, so that's why I was like... Because James and I went to watch it in the theater.
Yeah.
I mean, like, before there was an MCU, like, that was an Avengers. Like, to see those two guys on the screen
it was together, crazy. Like, I was like...
That was an event.
See, but the thing...
That was an event.
That's one of those ones, though, you gotta be careful, because... one group is gonna be mad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
like,
I think they played it pretty safe.
They played it pretty safe, because they basically, like, it was a draw at the end.
Yeah. Freddy got decapitated, but he's alive.
Yeah.
Because he winks.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Because... yeah, that's right. But, like, they both had their time to shine. Like, at one point, like, Freddy's in the dream, and he's kicking the fuck out of Jason, then it's in real life, and he's getting the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
So it was pretty even-handed, but it's one of those where it's like, someone's not going to be happy. Like, the movie wasn't bad by any means. I went, oof, because if that's your introduction to Freddy, that's not good. Yeah. Because that's when he's, like, in
It's more of an action movie, actually.
It's more of an action movie, but Freddy is now more of his dark slapstick version that came off of Freddy's Dead. Okay?
Is that when he got slapstick? He was in the last one?
No, he was slowly transitioning.
Okay.
4 is the tipping point. Like, 4 is where they're, like, smack in the middle.
Okay.
Where there's still some horror elements to it. But then when you get to the 5th movie, you're like, well, yeah, of course you would get to that. You would go and you'd make it full on. It's basically like a gore comedy, so to speak.
Because, like, this first Nightmare, I have started once, so I saw the beginning.
Okay.
And I saw the end once on TV.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Where the hood comes up in the car and they drive away and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never seen it all the way through. So when I watched it all the way through last week, I was shocked by how dark and just creepy Freddy was in this. Because I'm used to that slapstick.
Exactly.
Right? I was like, there's no funny in this at all.
The only part that kind of threw me was right at the beginning. I think it's the first half hour when they do the shot in the alley and they have him extend his arms out.
That's a cool shot.
It's a cool shot, but it was one of those where it was just kind of weirdly jarring so soon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of establishing that he can kind of do whatever he wants, they just kind of throw it out and we're like, boof, and he kind of looked goofy in my opinion.
Yeah.
Looked cool, but at the same time, it was a cool shot, and then as soon as he moved, I was like, oh, that looks goofy.
Yeah.
Kind of looks.
Because it kind of like.
It wasn't staged properly, so it looked like it was.
It's all like
shitty
extended arms and then scraping. It's all like.
It's
wobbly, wiggly arms.
Yeah, and it's almost like you'd be like, okay, you're gonna kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever, floppy arms.
But it's 1984. I'll give it to you guys.
That's right. That's pretty much.
You tried your best. That said, the practical effects in this are insane.
Well, before you go any further, like even just the fact you're saying like he's a very dark and creepy looking dude.
Yeah.
Like he looks like he's, you know what I mean? Like I like that they don't really try to show his face too much.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. This is one where like we talked about Michael Myers stalking them. This one, like, I love the fact that it's like he gets more energy the more scared you are. So that's why he's teasing with him.
Yeah.
That's why he's not just immediately being like, I'm in your dreams, you're dead. Mm. It's the whole presentation. It's the boiler room. It's like, you know, taunting you. Tina. Come here, Tina. You know, and then that fucking nursery rhyme.
Yeah. Craven wrote this, and I was like, oh, okay, man. Craven was pretty clever with this screenplay.
I think, he had a dream of a guy with knife hands?
And that's just...
And then, like, he was like, what if the guy was in your dreams? If I remember correctly, it was kind of like that. He woke up and was like, oh, God, that's scary. What if he was in your dreams? Ooh!
Yeah!
There we go. Whew. Let's get that movie out.
Yeah.
That's gotta be a rough one, too. Like, I was thinking about this, like, with Stephen King, or just writers in general. Would you imagine, like, having something in there, and you have to get it out? You know what I mean? Like, and I thought about this, too, like, you know, with stand-up comedy bits that I write, or even just, like, comic book characters that you create and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, actually, it does kind of just, you kind of have to get it out.
It's hard. It's hard.
You're a writer.
I've written 3 screenplays, full screenplays from beginning to end. It's hard because you got all those images in your mind that you're like, but now you have to connect it.
Yes.
And it's that part where you're like, all right, how are we going to connect these scenes? And now you got to create. Yeah. It's like, if I wake up and I had an amazing dream and I'm like, I got to write that, I can go around and say, boom. Now, how do I connect all this?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Well, of course it is.
It's hard. And you're never going to get it right on your first try. At all.
Oh, no? Oh, so I shouldn't even try then?
I did. Quiver was 8 drafts.
No, I'm saying I shouldn't try because
you should try.
But I might not get it. If I'm not going to get it done on my first try, then
you will get it done. But the one you do on your first try will not be the one shot.
Well, no, of course not.
No,
of course not.
And that would be amazing.
Okay, so right from the get go, you're like, it's creepy, it's dark, it's scary. Yeah, that's the other part too, which I like, is that it's scary.
Yeah, because Surgery Dog is playing with Annie, right? Is that her name? Tina, right? Annie was in the last movie.
Yeah, because in the last movie, you got to hear the phrase, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Oh, you love that. I think you've done that one before, too.
I've done variations of it, too.
That's great.
Kenny, are you okay?
I was actually singing that song earlier today.
I don't
know why.
That's one of my favorite songs of all time. I love both versions, though.
I love both versions.
I love Alien Ant Farm.
Yep.
And I love actual Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Anyway.
Smooth criminal.
I guess you could also say, Tina, are you okay? Are you okay, Tina? She's not.
It goes with it. Yeah.
She doesn't.
Tina was okay at the beginning. Tina's dead now.
I love right at the beginning where they do that shot and like he slashes her and her blouse is ripped and like she's just dreaming and her fucked up mom is just like, hey, so well maybe trim your nails or maybe don't dream so hard because she looks and there's like the 4 slash marks.
Trim your nails because that's believable.
I was like, what a shit mom. And then immediately goes to Vegas for the rest of the movie. Oh, alright. Yeah. Alright. I liked right away when Tina's like trying to, she's like, yeah, I dreamed about this dude with like knife hands and then like, because they're all like kind of talking about how they had nightmares and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they almost don't want to say that they all had like similar dreams at the beginning and then eventually like, of course, with...
it gets out, yeah. With, what's his name?
Well, no, Tina ends up having another dream.
Yeah.
But also Nancy starts having dreams.
Nancy's having the dreams too.
She's having the dreams, but she's also like, now they start talking about
Johnny's the only one not having the dreams.
He's the only one not having the dreams.
What the hell's the boyfriend's name, man? The other guy in the prison?
Rod. Yeah.
So he tells Nancy that, and Nancy's like, oh shit, we're all dreaming about the same thing.
Yeah, well, because at first, Tina is trying to find out if anyone's having the same dream as her. And Nancy's saying, we're all having dreams. I had a nightmare too, it's no big deal. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until later when they have this sleepover that Tina starts describing the dream, and Nancy's like, I kind of had a similar dream like that too. And then, of course, Rod and Tina go and have sex, and he's just like, yeah, I had a nightmare too, okay? No big deal.
Yeah.
And goes to sleep, and then, of course, they have that horrifyingly cool death scene.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, when she starts fucking getting butchered in front of Rod's eyes.
And all around the room.
On the wall, on the ceiling, and I was just like, this is 1984, and this looks fucking insane.
This looks insane!
Like, Poltergeist looks pretty rough today. I love it, but it looks pretty rough.
It does.
When you watch something like this, and you're like,
Poltergeist looks pretty rough.
Wow, how the fuck did you pull it off?
I think Poltergeist is still creepy for me because it creeped me out so much as a kid.
Yeah.
That I'll never not
be creeped out by it. Poltergeist.
Poltergeist is so good. Even the second one was really good.
Yeah.
I really like the second one.
Those are good movies. But yeah, like, movies from that time don't really age well. Like, Halloween and Friday the 13th aged well because they don't deal with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they don't need to. They don't have to worry about that kind of shit. This movie...
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
it is nuts.
Like, so nuts that they were pulling this off. Like, without seeing wires or anything. Like, she looks like she's fucking going around. Because if they would have just showed that, her just going like that, I'm like, okay, well, it's a set and they're rotating it. But they showed it from Rod's, like, like they showed Rod's back of his head. Exactly. Like, he's in the room watching this. Like, how the fuck you do it?
That part's really cool. When Freddy is now starting to look towards Nancy.
Yeah.
And there's this scene where her crucifix falls off the wall.
Yeah.
And she just kind of puts it off to the side. And then you see him push through the wall like it's a bubble type thing. And I was just like, oh, that is fucking scary. But again, we're talking special effects. And you're just like, that's a nuts special effects. Like, that's insane to pull that one.
Yeah.
But it looks so good.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
It's aged well. Like, it looks good. It doesn't look like it's from 84.
No,
besides the hairstyles or something.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Soundtrack choice.
Soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff ages movies.
Whatever. It's always going to happen.
It's always going to happen.
You know, there's going to come a time where there's going to be no more cell phones because it's all going to be, like, literally in your clothes.
Yeah.
So when we watch movies, we go, oh, yeah, people, like, did this to talk to people instead of this.
I think about these movies, like, if cell phones existed at the time, how much it would have changed the story of all these?
It fucked a lot of things up.
Wow. It's like, I'm having crazy nightmares about a guy with knife hands. Let's go on Twitter and hashtag Freddy. See if anyone else is talking about it. Oh, you got the nightmares too?
Oh, it's not just in this town. It's everywhere? What?
Crazy.
Hashtag Krueger lives.
Do they establish, because I watched this, and maybe I wasn't paying attention enough, but do they establish what Elm Street is?
No. I don't think so. I don't remember.
Did Freddy live on Elm? Does Nancy live on Elm? Like, he kind of like stalks them all in different areas. It's
no, they're all on Elm Street though.
They're all on Elm Street.
They're
like
all
their
on
houses
Elm Street.
are all in the same street.
Yes, because like what's his face?
The school is on Elm Street. Like everything is on Elm Street.
I think. Well, I don't know about the school.
Like he's haunting them anywhere and everywhere.
I really wish you wouldn't have brought this up because now I'm just like, did you just break the movie for me?
It's like I was trying. Like, why is it Elm Street? Like, why is it not like A Nightmare in Elm City or something? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I know.
Because I don't remember seeing a sign like an Elm Street sign or anything in the movie. So I was gonna look that up before we did this. And I forgot.
I don't know actually, because I always kind of look at it like, well, Elm Street in the original movie, I think it was supposed to just kind of look like any sort of suburb.
Okay.
So it could happen anywhere. Also, it's just a cool title.
It is a cool title. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a cool title. It's just...
I think it was in...
it's kind of like, wait,
Dead.
he's only haunting Elm Street, then just move over to the street beside.
I think Freddy's Dead references that, and the character says something like, yeah, we're not even on Elm Street, or something like that. And then he literally, like, shoots a sign up through the ground, and it's an Elm Street. Everywhere is an Elm Street. Or something to that effect, and I was just like, okay, well, fuck you.
I remember when I was a kid, and my dad used to take us trick-or-treating to my grandparents' Levitsky's. We walked around that neighborhood, and there was one road called Elm Street. And I was like, nope. I am not trick-or-treating on that road.
Nope.
I am not going down there.
Yeah, because all you need is like one dude that dressed up like Freddy to be like, come here, motherfucker. You're like, why would you say that? I got your candy right here. Stop doing this. Every year I wet my suit.
Okay, so I don't feel so bad now. I was like, Chris is kind of a Freddy expert. He'll know where Elm Street is.
I never actually thought to look into the actual like location of the place.
Yeah.
Because I didn't care enough.
Like, it'd be cool even if, like, Craven, when he had that dream, if he was on Elm Street when he had the dream, he's like, well, I'm making that the title.
That maybe, but like it only works within the realm of that area because of the way the plot works, right?
Yeah.
Because this is a child killer
that
got off on a fucking technicality.
Yeah.
So the parents are just like, okay, and they took it in their own hands and fucking killed him.
That's why I'm thinking maybe he lived on Elm Street when they killed him.
It's possible. Might as well.
I mean, yeah, because he even kills her on the jail cell. Like, I want a Freddy fan to comment down below and let me know.
Yeah.
Where is Elm Street?
To hear this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even just, like, I remember watching, or I think I read an article or something, and originally they were going to actually have him be a child molester. Mm-hmm. But I think Craven was like, well, he's already killing kids. Like, that's bad enough as it is. So let's just leave it at that. And I think even at that time period, like in the 80s, that's hugely controversial to even mention that.
Yeah.
You know? And so much so that when I watched the remake...
And they really dive into it with the remake.
They full on label him a child molester.
Yeah.
And they even have him make references to doing it. Mm-hmm. And I remember being like,
Yeah.
Like, and when I watched that, I remember that interview, and I remember thinking to myself, no, they were right. Like, it's bad enough he's killing kids, you know, and bad enough killing kids the way he's doing it. It's not like he's just smothering them or whatever. Like, he's cutting them up with this makeshift fucking gauntlet of knives.
4 knives, yeah.
5
knives,
yeah.
Everything, yeah.
They reference 4 a lot because he's doing this, right?
Yeah.
But it is.
So he's going on the thumb too, yeah.
But it's like that is rough, and I remember just being like, that's too much. That's too much. Because then you have that, you have to, because then of course they deal with the psychological aspect of them covering up the memories of them being molested by this guy, and it's just like, this is a heavier movie than it needs to be, you know?
I know, I thought that when I watched the remake, I was like, we've entered disturbing territory.
Yeah, now we're at that point where it's just like, this is...
Like, I know Freddy
good thing they didn't show anything like that, because then I would have been like, fuck.
No.
Although I gotta say, though, as far as casting go, I was disappointed the movie didn't do as well, because...
James Earl Haley was a great choice to take over Freddy.
No, it's Jackie.
Jackie Earl Haley.
Yeah.
Haley?
Yeah.
Haley.
I believe it's Haley.
Jackie.
I just remember Jackie Earl.
Yeah, he had a nice little run there for a bit, because he did Watchmen too, and he was popping up in all types of things.
He was in semi-pro as well.
Yeah.
He's just a great actor, and I was surprised he would do more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, sure, he's a shorter guy, but...
That's why I was so pissed that Human Target got canceled on TV.
Wow!
There.
Little known sound effect. We don't know that he makes that sound, but it's always Wah! Luigi! Anyway.
Back to Fred. Yeah, Fred Krueger. It's crazy that the cast, like, his name in the credits is Fred Krueger.
Well, because that's his name.
But
Fred Krueger.
They don't refer to him as Fred once. They call him Freddy the whole movie.
No. Nancy calls him Fred.
She called Fred? I thought she said Freddy.
Nope, she calls him Fred.
Fred.
She says Fred Krueger. She says that. Come out, Fred.
Right.
He calls himself Freddy.
He calls himself Freddy.
He calls himself
And then from 2 on, it was Freddy.
Well, yeah. Because it's stuck.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts... Actually, my favorite thing in the whole movie is when... Now, she's starting to read up on survival stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's starting to formulate a plan to... Because no one believes her at this point.
Yeah.
The people that do are dying. So, like, when she's, like, talking to her boyfriend, and she's like, okay, so I need you to do me a favor. I need you to be with me, okay? I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm going to try and bring him back. Or no, she brings the hat back. When she brings the hat back, she starts putting the points together. So, now she's thinking, we'll bring him back into our world, and then you'll knock him out, we'll stop the killings, and everything's great. And you're just like, this is fucking crazy that you thought of this. And not only does she do that, but she looks at the survival stuff, more so, to make sure that she can actually do this stuff. So even when you have that, like, Home Alone type little montage of her, like, fucking...
Yeah, it's very Home Alone-y.
Yeah, the light bulb with gunpowder in it. I was like, oh shit, the fucking sledgehammer?
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is some really cool shit. And then when she realizes that she's pretty much got to do it herself, I was like, oh, that's tough. That's tough. And she's, like, pleading with her dad to, like, just believe her. Also, cool part about her dad, John Saxon, you know where he's from?
He looks very familiar. Quantum Leap? No.
Nope.
What do I know him from?
It's a movie.
Fuck. So I was watching it, I was like, oh, I know this guy. What's he from?
You want to take one more guess? I'll give you another hint. It's one of the most famous kung fu movies in the world.
Enter the Dragon!
Yes!
That's right! That's where I know him from!
I saw the name John Saxon. I was like, I forgot you were in this movie.
That's where I know him from.
Great. I was disappointed he didn't, like, karate kick anybody, but whatever. He's playing a different role.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh, yeah, but, like, even just that part where she's like, okay, Daddy, like, so you're going to wake me up in 10 minutes, right? And he's like, yeah, like, whatever, fine. And then when she brings him into the house and he's not there right away, she's like, oh, I'm crazy. I was like, oh, shit. So, like, up to this point, the things that I really liked about this movie is they talk about sleep deprivation. They talk about the dreams. Like, you have to have dreams, otherwise you go crazy. But if you can't sleep because, you know, something in your dreams is killing you, that's going to drive you crazy because of the sleep deprivation. Even just the whole, like, it's almost like the part with Rod where he's explaining to her, like, she's like, I couldn't see the guy, but he was definitely killing her, and he had, like, blades and stuff. He was, like, the guy from my dream and stuff, and that's when she's like, oh, okay, so we're all having the same dream. This guy's trying to kill us. So she's trying to figure everything out. Like, at that point is where I really start to get behind the movie, because now she starts leading the movie. She goes to her parents, and she says, hey, like, the guy's name is Fred Krueger. I know this, because I took his hat with me through the dream, and then they're just kind of like the one scene where they're putting her in the car, and she's just like, he's got, like, a big hat, and he's got his blades that he made himself in a dirty red and black sweater, and both parents are like, shit, that sounds familiar. Oh, just get in the car. Don't worry about it. And then when she's talking to her mom about it, she's like, yeah, like, I brought it in. And she's like, it's nothing. Fred Krueger can't hurt you because he's dead. And then, like, literally the next scene, she's like, no, he's dead because we killed him. That's how I know he's dead.
Here's his glove. I kept it.
That part, I was like, why would you keep that?
Why the fuck would you keep that creepy fucking thing?
Why would you keep that?
That murdered all those children. Why would you just...
Not only that, that's evidence that you murdered a man.
Yeah.
Yes, he should have been killed.
Keep it in your basement.
But you just kept him in your basement.
Wrapped up in a shirt.
For what? right? So I was just, that part I was like, that's dumb. That's dumb and weird. They even like do the whole like alcoholism thing for the mom. Where that's how she's dealing with the fact that they killed this guy. I was like, there's a lot of like moving parts here that's all really realistically done. Aside from the fact that you had a dream killer. But I love the part where they're on the bridge and she's like, she's talking about the survival stuff, and then Johnny Depp's just like, yeah, well, there's this tribe that they talk about dream skills, you know, and so there's things you can do in dreams, like if you're falling in a dream, you just pretend like you're falling into something really nice and pleasant, and then it's like, well, what if you create a monster in your dream, what do? Oh, you just turn your back on it and you take all its power from them. I was like, oh, that's really nice. And then later when she actually does that to kill him, I was like, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
The only part that I didn't like about the entire movie was the ending, because it's a total dream ending. I didn't like that. I know, like, it's a sequel bait ending, and that's fine. But that was the one, because it's the first movie. That's the one where I'm like, yeah, you could have had it end with her just being like, okay, Dad, let's sleep somewhere else tonight, right? Because they just lost her mom and stuff like that. Instead of having the dream sequence where everyone's back.
Yeah.
You know, and then, of course, the fake out with the car, I was like, ah. Although, when he grabs the mom into the house through the window, that's fucking hilarious.
The longest arm in the world.
Yeah, and the fakest doll ever.
Yeah. Oh, Adrian watched that with me, she just burst into tears.
It's fucking hilarious.
She's like, oh my god, it's so bad looking. Okay, yeah. All right. For everything that looked amazing in the movie.
That part... Or even just something as simple as having like Nancy so stressed out that her hair goes gray.
Yeah.
Which they kept in A New Nightmare. Because she was in A New Nightmare.
Yeah.
You gotta watch A New Nightmare.
But she's the actress in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Wes Craven and Robert Englund.
And they're all in it.
They're all in it.
It's like Last Action Hero, but horror style.
Yeah, actually that would be a good way to pitch that movie.
Yeah.
Because it is super meta. One thing that I thought was really interesting was they talked about earthquakes in this movie, and they had earthquakes in The New Nightmare to symbolize the cracking of her psyche.
Ah.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, man, that Wes Craven is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine that, watching your own movie and going, oh, you know what? Let's put that in the new one. I like that. Anyway, that's such a good movie.
Only 4 deaths in this.
Oh, yeah.
4.
Oh, he's killing the kids of the people that killed him.
You think that? Yeah, I know. But he's so creepy. Oh, you may expect more. But he put so much time into this fucking.
That's right, because he had 3 shots at killing Tina.
Yeah.
He had 4 or 5 shots at trying to kill Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
1 shot at Johnny Depp. He took him out right quick.
Yeah, just.
He had 2 shots with Rod. At least 2, possibly 3. I'm only thinking because he referenced the one dream.
Why was he not going after Johnny Depp though? Like, why was Johnny not having the nightmares?
I don't know.
And then if he's not having nightmares, how'd he die? Doesn't he have to dream of him in order to die?
Yeah, but I felt like it was one of those where, like the scene where they go to the jail.
Yeah.
She's in her dream.
Yeah.
And she also doesn't realize that Depp's dreaming too, because he's in the dream with her.
Right.
And they go to see Rod. Rod's they're dreaming, but Freddy's now going to kill Rod in front of her, but he's in his dream, so it's kind of like all encompassing.
Right.
I feel like it's one of those where.
So her dreaming with Johnny in the room brought him into Freddy's world.
It's just kind of like that.
So that was his introduction to Freddy, and now Freddy can easily just hop into him.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it is. But it's also like, we're talking like dreams, so it could just be like, it could even be something as simple as he was never on his radar because he wasn't a kid of the parents that killed him.
Yeah.
But because of Nancy, he was like, oh no, I'll just kill her. I'll kill him because...
To fuck with her.
Yeah, and make it easier for him to kill her.
Mm.
You know? Because it's like, they play it up very much like he's just killing the people that are tied to that.
Yeah.
It's only later that it's just... it expands beyond that to him just becoming more and more powerful because of the
I laughed at Johnny's dad in this.
Oh my god!
Oh, he's like, he's sleeping. He'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
never mind.
My dad totally pulled that shit.
Never mind. He's out in the front of the yard, drinking a beer, staring at the fucking house. Just, I don't like that bitch. I don't like that bitch at all. And then it's just like, hey, what do you? You don't need to stare. I don't think it's a good idea that he hangs out with her. And then I love that part where he's just like, sleeping, click. What the fuck?
You just gotta tell these kids how it is. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my god, it sounds like my dad.
Yeah.
That was a good laugh.
So, yeah.
So that's Nightmare?
I'm done.
To say about Nightmare?
I got nothing else to say. I've said all the things I liked about it.
I gotta watch number 3 and New Nightmare. I gotta say that, like, Heather Langenkamp, her acting was a little rough at times in this.
I didn't think so.
I found it a little rough at times.
I didn't realize you were an acting expert.
Oh, I am.
Even though I've said plenty of times people are shitty actors. I guess maybe, like, for me, I think it's because I like the movie so much that I can look past some of the stuff. But I thought she was alright.
I'm a fan of final girls in horror movies. So, but it's hard for me because, like, I always compare everyone to Jamie Lee Curtis, which is awful because she grew up in a family of actors.
Yeah.
Right? Dumb.
But, I mean, if we're talking, like, final girl characters, I would argue that Nancy is a much more driven and better final girl than Laurie Strode is.
Right. She does get better at the end of the movie, though.
Yeah.
Her earlier in the movie, though, I don't know, I found it a little rough at times.
All right.
Like, the actress who played Tina, I thought she was excellent.
I thought she was really good. I liked, the one part I thought was, my favorite part was that the entire town is, like, white suburbia, and then you have, like, the one super Italian rock star guy with leather jacket, like, literally like, hey, come on, why don't you suck my dick? Or no, it's like, I had an erection with your name on it. And she's like, my name's 4 letters, how could it possibly have fit? And you're like, that's a good burn. That's a good burn.
That's a good burn.
It's a sick burn. But like, and even in the funeral, that was one part I thought was funny. Tina, no funeral.
Yeah.
He dies, funeral.
Yeah.
You get to see a super mafia family.
Yeah.
I was like, but I was like, he gets a funeral, he gets a funeral. Tina, her best friend, who she was willing to sleep over at her own house to make sure she didn't have, like, night terrors, doesn't get a funeral. I was like, oh, this is fucking weird. I guess it's to show that he died, but I watched him get hung. I was pretty sure he was dead.
Yeah, he died. And he also died while in prison for possibly murdering a girl.
Yeah.
But let's throw a nice funeral for him.
Yeah, well, the funeral is fine. You have a funeral, but it's just Tina didn't get a funeral. I don't understand the fucking thing. You kept having Tina dragged around in a body bag, but you don't give her a funeral.
Poor girl's in bits and pieces.
Bleeding out constantly.
So, Nightmare on Elm Street.